Hello, hi guys. Alright, so I did a video, I think it was about a year ago, on some Nuvo Mousse products that had dried out, and some people asked me for an update. That video gets comments weekly on people that unfortunately have had the same kind of issues. So I thought, hey, yeah, let's do an update. So first of all, if you didn't see that video, I will link it. If I can link it. It was a while ago. I don't know if I can link it or not. I'll try to link it. However, what I wanted to point out was that I did reach out to Nuvo. And if you didn't see the video, basically my Nuvo pastes were as hard as rock. And what they did was they sent me some new lids, because on the old lids they had like this cardboard piece, and the cardboard piece sucked up all of the moisture, and so my Nuvo paste dried out. So they sent me new lids, and the products that were dried out, they did send me new products. So yes, kudos to Nuvo for taking care of that for me. I know most of you have had the same results, so I'm very happy with their customer service when it comes to that. Now I have about 10 or 11 of these, so I would say about a dozen. Haven't really bought any more. Honestly, I really don't use them that often, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I've started dabbling into some other things, so I'm going to go through what I use, and I'm going to do it on this black piece of paper. For those of you who are not following us, we're trying to raise our subscribers on Facebook and Instagram. It's Nancy Stamps 15. Plus, I just wanted to play around with the marker. All right, so anyway, let's get into the Nuvo paste. Okay. So this one is probably one of my oldest ones, and I try to keep the foil lids on. If you don't have the foil, use like press and seal and wrap that in there. Now this one is getting a little tough, but it is still malleable. It's definitely not completely dried out. I think for this one, I had added some glycerin. Now, I know that a lot of you like to add this to a spray bottle, like a Ranger Mister, and make like your own shimmer sprays out of it. Hey, that's perfectly fine. The way that I prefer to use it is to scrape it out with a palette knife and use it as some texture, or put it through a stencil. So this one is getting a little bit on the dry, kind of crusty side. I will have to add some more glycerin to it. Somewhere I have my glycerin. Here we go. Glycerin I bought at the local, well, you can see here, CVS local pharmacy, and it's called Beauty 360 Pure Glycerin. I want to say maybe $5-6 for this bottle, and just kind of put a little bit of that in there, and then I'll just leave this alone, let it sit. In a couple days, I'll check on it. That's probably the most dried out one that I have. Some of these other ones have been opened. I really haven't used them. Let me clean my spatula. It is advised that when you use these pastes, you do not put your fingers in the paste. I do it. It's up to you. Because the bacteria from your fingers could get into your paste. See, this one's still pretty soft. Could get into your paste and, you know, cause mold to grow. I don't have any of the Inca Gold, I think it's called. I don't have any of those. So I know those were the ones a lot of people commented got the most moldy. Look how bright those colors are. And these have a pearlescent shimmer to them. Here's another one. That one was, oh, the orange. This orange is like coral. This is called Orange Blush. This hot pink is called Pink Flambe. I mean, like I said, I have about a dozen different colors. This one is a gold. Still very soft and pliable. I'm making my own little rainbow here. So I like to use these. Most of the time, I put them through stencils. There's so many different ways you could use. This one's not even... Oh, it is open. I was going to say it's not even open. But I try to open it carefully and keep the foil seals on there. So this one's super soft. This is like a dark blue / turquoise color. But yeah, I like to use them. You can paint with them. So here you can see... This one actually had one of those cardboard lids. I had a little piece of foam here I put in. That's probably why I kept the foil seal as tightly closed as I could on this one. Okay, so as long as you take care of them. I'm also in the basement, so my basement is climate controlled. It doesn't get too super hot, too super cold. Nothing's over here is exposed to direct sunlight. So you want to keep those things in mind when you're storing any of your craft projects. Okay, on to another product which is very similar. These are something I got from HSN. These are Spectrum Noir metallic wax. These came in a 3-pack. I tried them out. So I have red, green, and blue. And same kind of texture consistency with these guys. So here is the teal. You can see this one is starting to get a little hardened. And it has that styrofoam lid in there. You know what? I'm actually going to put a little glycerin in it while I'm got it open. And again, you can take a little dab of this on your palette knife and reconstitute it with some water, and people put them in spray misters, people paint with them. So all different kinds of ways of using this type of medium. All right, the green is definitely starting to harden up. It's like crusty Play-Doh. I mean, you can see there, look, it just wants to roll up. It doesn't want to spread. So this is getting to the point where it's not going to be usable. I'm going to put a little bit of this glycerin in there, and I'm just putting a couple of drops. And I already know for a fact that my red is no good, which is what prompted me to making this update video. I mean, this is super hard. I cannot get any of this out. There might be a little corner here. But it's going to be like the green, where it's just like Play-Doh. It doesn't want to come out. So we'll put some of that in there, and I'll check on it in a couple days. I think at this point, these two are just too far gone to be able to save. So, a little disappointed. You know, I love Spectrum Noir products. I love their, you know, it's owned by Crafter's Companion. So, there are a lot of things that they have great products for, a lot of innovative products, but it's little things like this which kind of, you know, are a little annoying because they're such a good company, and then they have little things like that that can go wrong. All right, so moving on to another company which I'm very new with, that I'm actively pursuing when I go into craft shows, are these new ones to me called Metallic Gilding Polish. These are by a company called Cosmic Shimmer. Couple of reasons why I like this. Number one, I love this sponge applicator. So the sponge applicator keeps your fingers out of the product. Number two, this is more of a pasty, painted, like a thick paint product. Think of it like toothpaste. It's kind of liquidy, but kind of not. So when you get your applicator down into there, you really get a lot of coverage. And again, your fingers aren't getting inky, but no drying out. So this has been my new kind of go-to medium. You can still go back in there with your palette knife. It's kind of like a moussey consistency, and you can spread that through your stencils, and then again put the excess back in the jar. So a little easier in my opinion to work with. And I like the fact that, again, it's kind of like a Jello here. It's not super wet that you can't control it, but it's not too hard or too thick or too pasty like the Nuvo Mousse are. I mean, you have a really good kind of consistency with this paste. So that is orange. And then all you do is and it has that foam lid inside again to keep it protected. You just screw that foam lid on, you put your sponge back in, and that's it. And this one is called something orange. Tangy tangerine. I only have 2 of these, and I really need to look into getting more of them. And every time I go to a stamp show, I try to pick them up. But I haven't found them in a couple stamp shows. Stamplistic carries them, I believe. So this one, I probably shouldn't have stuck my palette knife in there because there's some contamination, but oh well. This one is a gold. It's a bright, bright gold. So there you can see it's a very nice yellow gold. It's a great like sunflower yellow gold. Okay. Same thing with using the sponge. Pops right off. Just dip that in there. Get some of that orange out of there. And if you have, what do you call those texture plates? Embossing folders. These are really cool because when you run your embossing folder through and you take this sponge, it's just a light swipe across the top and all of that detail comes out on your embossing folders. So I really like the sponge applicator part of this, but I like the consistency of this paste too. So these are again called metallic gilding polishes. I understand they have a lot of new colors. They have a lot of new like iridescent shimmers and things like that. There's some with glitter. So really, really cool product that I am pursuing further, kind of in replacement of my Nuvo Embellishment Mousse. I have not tried the new Nuvo Mousse, which is like the textured crackle rock mousse or whatever they call it. They have the puffy mousse. Honestly, I'm just really not interested in purchasing any of that. All right, let me move this out of the way. Okay. That's kind of fun, though, like all those colors, right? Anyway, so something I do use a lot of is glitter paste. I just love putting glitter through stencils. I think it looks great, especially around the holidays. So a couple of the companies that I use for glitter paste are Brutus Monroe Glitter Glaze. And they have glitter glaze. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Glow-in-the-dark paste, stuff like that. This stuff is always soft. Like it's kind of, again, pasty. It's not super thick, and let me tell you, when this goes down, the shine when this dries is amazing. I mean, this glitter is just super pretty, and honestly, cleanup is pretty easy with this product. I think it has like a clear glue base to it, so you can see I swatch mine out, but there's a lot of shine, a lot of glitter to the Brutus Monroe Glitter Glaze. This one's called Raspberry. You get 1.5 ounces with this, but it's a good way to, and you don't need a huge hunkin' jar of it. You really don't, because a little bit goes a long way, and it's a good way if you're building up your stash to get a whole bunch of colors at a pretty reasonable price and not have to worry about, okay, I have this big pot. What am I going to do with it? Where am I going to store it? Because these are pretty easy to store. I stack mine up. The next company I have here is BoBunny. So again, I keep my lid on there. We're actually going to scrape this off the lid. This is a little bit thicker, heavier paste, but again, has not dried out. Still a lot of glitter in there. So I have a couple of these. Okay. I would probably say my favorite right now is the Nuvo Glimmer Paste. I know a lot of people don't like Nuvo. They think it's too hard to clean off of their stencils. I don't know. There's something about the Nuvo Glitter Paste that is just attractive to me. I don't know if it's the consistency. It's very light. And again, you get a ton of glitter. I don't know. Their jars are pretty. But I just always like the Nuvo. And they don't have a whole ton of colors. I want to say around 20, maybe 20 colors. I don't even know if it's that many. But I really like the Nuvo ones. They really pop when they're dry. Love putting these through stencils. A lot of glitter. But all three of these companies in terms of glitter paste, never had a problem with any of them drying out. I'm just looking to see if there's any other companies that I have of glitter paste. I think that's pretty much it. I have like shimmer sprays and markers and stuff, but yeah, that's all I have in terms of glimmer paste. Now, the other thing you can do if you don't have any of these and you want to make your own glimmer paste is you get a jar of this. Now, you guys know I am always reaching for this. Texture Paste Transparent Gloss. You want the gloss. You don't want the matte for this. And all you're going to do, I think some of you guys know where I'm going with this, is you're just going to take a dab of whatever you want to use there. And this is basically super fine, clear quality glue. And then here I have Distress Glitter Dust. I love this glitter. It's like a bronzy, pewter, platinum color. It's all mixed up. And I'm just going to take some of that, mix it with my palette knife. Okay. I'm making my own glitter paste. So if you have glitters that you like to use, you don't like putting the glue down and sprinkling the glitter over it, you can make your own glitter paste. Okay. The more glitter you add, the more it's going to pop. You know, that's up to you how much your bling level is. But once this dries, it is going to dry glossy and clear, depending again on how much glitter you put in there. And you can always sprinkle more glitter on top of it. If you really want to make it pop out, you can go in and you can just say, okay, let me put some more of this on here on top. Ooh. Oh, I forgot I have the fan on here, so it's blowing across my desk. Whoopsie. My air conditioning went out in the house yesterday, guys, so I'm attempting to, you know me, DIY Nancy, fix it myself. But the all the hardware stores closed early, so I couldn't get the part that I needed. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you, you know, a lot of different glitter pastes and things like that. One thing is for sure with all of these products, whatever you're using, your palette knife, your stencils especially, you want to immediately take them and clean them off. So warm soap and water is a good idea. If you have like a scrubby nail brush, I like the Close to My Heart scrubby brush as well. It just does a very good job at cleaning stamps and stencils and things like that. You want to really clean that up right away. This is not a project that you do and say, I'll clean it up later. We all go days where we don't want to clean our stamps and our desk, and you know, you just walk away from it, which is fine. But when you are using these products, specifically on your stencils, gel plates, anything like that, you want to go clean your tools off, because they will harden and they will be very, very difficult to get off. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on the things that I use. This is the time of year when I really do get into using stencils, because I make backgrounds for Christmas cards. We have some fall theme cards that are going to be coming up, and so you want a product that's going to kind of last. I know a lot of us are on budgets and we just can't go out and buy all the newest things that are out there. And I always say use what you have. And a lot of you have a lot of these products and just don't realize, oh, you know, I can use it in so many different ways. So not just using your palette knife and spreading it through a stencil, but you can use it to paint with. You just get it wet and use it almost like a watercolor or a wash on a background. So many different ways. You can put them on top of embellishments. Right now, air dry clay seems to be making a comeback, where people are putting them through stencils, polymer clay, and a lot of these mixed media things you already have in your stash as a paper crafting item, you can easily cross into mixed media and decorate your mixed media ornaments. With Christmas coming up, you know, decorating things like that, making 3D embellishments. So just keep all of that in mind. That's all I have for this video. I will try to link my first video. And again, I do want to say thank you to Tonic, to Nuvo, for replacing my dried out ones. If you're having issues, please contact their customer service department. And just check all your jars and make sure you have foam lids. And if you don't, put a piece of Press-A-Seal in there to try to keep all that moisture in there. All right, guys. That's all I got. Got any questions? Post them down below. And again, if you're not already, we are looking for more subscribers and followers on Nancy Stamps 15 at Instagram and at Facebook. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, I appreciate your thumbs up, and keep on watching. Bye-bye.